they placed doubt in your mind. We are warned, and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Welcome to your 2026 year ahead reading. This is a collective reading for everybody, so this isn't specific to just one zodiac sign, but this is for everybody that ends up finding this video. You might find it at the very beginning of the year 2026, you might find it somewhere in the middle of 2026, or at the very end of 2026. You might even find it years after 2026. And finding it into the future is helpful to understand what might have happened during this particular year for you and at different points throughout the year. So even if you don't find this video until way after 2026 has come and gone, that is perfectly fine, because this might be able to help you put some pieces together that were missing for you at the time. We're going to start out with an archetype for the year. Now, archetypes were largely discovered and researched by Carl Jung, and a lot of Jungian psychology still reveres the archetypes. Archetypes are what the standard traditional tarot deck is based upon, especially in the major arcana. So when we're talking about archetypes, we're talking about a sort of persona or a mask that you might want to wear, or not, maybe not even want to, but it's just one that's going to appear out. At some point, every person on the planet embodies many different archetypes throughout their lifetime. So this is not a one individual particular person. This is many archetypes for many different people. But for this video, the purposes of this video, we're going to choose just one archetype for the year. What is your archetype for 2026? The Judge. The Judge. Number 14. The Judge. I really like reading the book that came with this deck because I think that this book does an incredible job of explaining a lot of different concepts and weaves in a lot of extra details that I might not necessarily read by myself, and I don't think most readers would. So I'm just going to read directly from the manual. The Judge, the critic, the diplomat, the advocate. The Judge has an incredibly important job. They work every waking hour of every day, helping us discern what is safe, true, and just. When this archetype remains unconscious or is captivated by fear, wise discernment turns into painful judgment of self and other. Ironically, the Judge's energy can be the seed of racism, bigotry, and fear-mongering. This is the Judge out of balance, building walls, separating from other. When this same discerning force is made conscious and healed, however, the Judge may be found advocating for civil rights causes, standing up for the underdog, providing resources for those in need, and forgiving again and again. Love is the deciding factor. Awakening this archetype is essential for the complex times we are in. Get your Judge in order. The world needs it. When light, this card represents discernment, advocacy, right action, and compassion. When dark, it represents critical, punishing, unforgiving, wall building. To go deeper, you can look into Osiris and the white feather of Ma'at. The Judge's energy is contagious. When we feel judged, walls go up all around. Similarly, when we feel accepted, the entire world softens. Gandhi had an incredibly illuminated inner Judge. He was a lawyer. He practiced silence one day a week in order to hone his discernment while on his revolutionary path. So that's a pretty powerful message. And everything I just read is an invitation for you to take parts of that with you into 2026. And looking at where you are asked to be a judge, and what are the things that you will stand for, and what are the things that you will not stand for, and you must fight against in this year. This deck was published several years ago, and I think that this particular reading is absolutely timely for the current state of affairs in the world. And so this is an extremely critical message for all of us that are pursuing a better path for ourselves and for others throughout the world, to take heed and really listen to this. Remember that even when you don't know what is the right action, compassion can still be part of the next steps that you take. So if you aren't sure where to go, or if you're not sure exactly what to do in a situation, leading with compassion is a powerful step. And like the description said about Gandhi sitting with himself in silence once a week, sitting with yourself in silence once a week will give you the answers that you seek. Maybe not all at once, maybe not right away, but eventually you'll get the answers that you need. Let's see what else this year has for us, shall we? I'm going to pull one card for each month of the year, as well as these are tarot cards, as well as one card for the entire year. And we're going to see how these cards bring us back to this message of the judge and judgment, okay? Because all of these are interconnected. January. We have the Seven of Cups. This card is particularly interesting because there is a balance between night and day. There's a balance between the dark and the light. And we can strike that balance creatively from a sense of emotion. With our emotions, we can find what is the balance. So that means literal day and night. That also means lighter times as well as darker times, like shadow work or a dark night of the soul. So when we're looking at these themes for January, there is a balance to be had, and it can be a very positive balance. This is not a scary message. This is not like a concern whatsoever. This is just asking us to find balance. So that means that in times of strife, difficulty, heaviness for you, remind yourself that it's temporary and that you will always find the light. And also remember, like I said, to lead with emotion. Now, bringing that back to our judgment, there's an importance here in knowing where to, when to step in and when not to step in. And maybe things aren't always exactly what they appear at first, for better or for worse. So take your time if there's any situation or any person that's giving you pause and you're not sure of what is going on exactly, entirely. Take time to step back and look at it through the lens of the judge, and don't make your decision until you are certain about. You don't have to make a decision with next steps until you are certain. Let's move on to February. We've got 6 of Wands. So I really like the 6 of Wands, because 6 of Wands is representative of finding community, finding peace, finding people that are your brethren, your kin. And this is a great opportunity. We're laying down our swords and we are ready to start something new, where there's hope, there's ambition. I know that this may not be the case for every single person, but finding where you can find community, finding where you can find belonging and meaning is going to be important in February. So, we take January to have that discernment and figure out that balance between light and dark, night and day. And then in February, we're ready to go. We're ready to meet our people. Or maybe you already have your people, but you just haven't connected with them in a long time. Maybe several months, maybe years for some of you. It's okay. You can reach out again. There are people that if you reached out to someone who you've not spoken to in 5 years or more, and there was no reason for it, there was no falling out or anything like that, then there's a good chance that they would still reciprocate that contact and want to be in discussion with you. Just see where it goes. March. Daughter of Pentacles. So in March, we're a little more, we had our January time of finding this balance, striking this balance of light and dark. February time of finding our community, or reinforcing the community. And then you can see between these two cards, the rainbow persists. It's the same rainbow arc in both of these cards. Rainbow. And here with this Daughter of Pentacles, we're being asked to look at our finances, look at our housing, look at our careers, anything that's sort of tangible and has to do with money or stability. That's what we're looking at here in March. So there might be a newer opportunity. It could be maybe you're getting a bonus at work or a promotion. It could be something like that. Or it could be like a sisterly bond. Like maybe you've got a friend or your actual sister or another family member, maybe a cousin who feels like a sister, or maybe like a coworker who feels like a sister. There's someone there that's able to help you in the realm of finances. So if you've been thinking about maybe trying something new, going on a new adventure with your, if you want to start a side business, something like that, look, it's someone from your community that you already have in place. Okay, so someone from your community that you already know, who wants you to succeed, that person probably has a good tip for you in March. Or it could be that you go into business with that person. Maybe you're working together at a W-2 job, or if you're not in the United States, that's a full-time job. Maybe you're working together, a full-time job, permanent position, and you also have this idea for a side project. And this would be a good time to get the ball rolling on that. Now, coming back to how that incorporates with the judge, we are being discerning about timing. We're waiting for the right time. But we're not just sitting around waiting and not paying attention, because there will be times where we have different conversations. You're going to be out and about. Maybe you're walking through the shopping mall and you overhear a conversation, and it's just the exact thing that you needed to hear in that moment, that has to do with your business. You might be able to find clients just by being out and about. It's one idea. That will be true for some of you. April. Three of Pentacles. So this is the perfect next step, because Three of Pentacles is people working together towards a common goal. So if you do have a big project at work that you need to finish, this is a great time to do that. If you've just started a new business or a new project, like we were just talking about, this is all hands on deck. This is everybody's working towards the same common goal. People are happy to have this, to be part of something bigger than themselves. And you are stronger together collaborating than you would be if any of you were doing this alone by yourselves. So this is huge. This is a huge, this is a huge endeavor. And like, this is bigger than what you even realize. And you're just at the beginning stages, but it's so much bigger. Also, coming back to the judge, you must be discerning about who you're allowing into the project, because it could be that you start with one other person and then other people get really excited about it and want to be involved. And maybe some of them can bring value to the project, but not all of them. So you have to really sit with yourself. Who is going to put in as much work as I am on this? And those are the people, and who can bring a unique quality to the project that I don't possess. Maybe somebody is more organized, or maybe somebody has a very niche skill set that they can bring to the project. That is what we're talking about. Alrighty, May. Ace of Pentacles. This is interesting because we're going backwards. We had the Daughter of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and now the Ace of Pentacles. This is bringing us back to basics. It is absolutely critical that you have a strong foundation to whatever is going on, whatever the situation is. If it's a work project, if it's building a house, some of you are going to be building a house. If it's anything, if it's like finding new ways to make money, or if it's bringing an idea to your employer that is going to make the company a lot of money, or bring them in or bring them in a lot of clients, or give them a lot of international reach, things like that. This is absolutely critical that you have a strong foundation. And it might be time, by the time you get to May, it might be time to get some new ideas on the board. Maybe you've tried something already and it's like not quite fitting. It might be time for a new idea. But having a strong foundation is absolutely critical. Next, June. Seven of Swords. So in January, we started with Seven of Cups. And now we've got Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords might... This could indicate a few different things. There might be too many ideas and not enough action. So we were just talking about with our Ace of Pentacles in May, having a strong foundation and maybe bringing in some new ideas to start that up. It could be that there are too many ideas in June, or it could be that maybe you tried something and then you got all these new ideas that you want to try out, and there's this decision paralysis. Or it could maybe all of a sudden you're suddenly filled with self-doubt. Or maybe you had a conversation with someone not involved in the project, or involved in you had a conversation with someone either involved or not involved in the project, and they placed doubt in your mind. But you have to know, that's why this is absolutely critical that with this Judge card, our archetype of the year, it is absolutely critical that you are centered in yourself, that you cannot be shaken by outside influences that do not have your best interest in mind. You must remember that in this time. So whenever you start getting anxiety or doubt creeping in, or maybe like a change of thought where like you want to do something different, remember why you started this whole new endeavor in the first place. Why did you start building the home? Why did you start the new project? Why did you start the side gig? And you can always come back to this community that you've built earlier in the year, in February and March, or that you've built and remembered and reactivated. You can come back to that because those are the people that are going to help you remember why you started this in the first place. It is not a valuable use of time to continue to doubt oneself. July. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, baby. Wheel of Fortune. I love this card because, and this is our first major arcana card that has appeared thus far in the year. So that indicates that this is a pretty large milestone because it's a major arcana card. This is a pretty large milestone that has happened, that is occurring in the year for all of you. And the Wheel of Fortune reminds us that anything is possible. Literally anything is possible. There's no room for this self-doubt from the month before in June, because anything is possible. Now, just like the game show Wheel of Fortune, which some of you may remember, it's not a guarantee that you will win the fortune. But this card does typically indicate a positive result. And this is a huge milestone. So what is that fortune for you? Is it literal wealth? Is it literal abundance? Or is it something else? Is it a different lifestyle? Have you been struggling with health for months or years, and all of a sudden you have a possibility? Maybe there's some new technology, or maybe some doctors found a specific diagnosis that is helping you, and now that you have this diagnosis or this new technology, now you can really heal from the root, and there is hope again. This is an extremely positive omen for all of you in the month of July. Wheel of Fortune. And a reminder here, spread the wealth. So when it does come to you, remember to pay it forward. And that can look like a lot of different things. That can be in the form of volunteering. That can be in the form of donating items or time or money. That could be a family member is struggling paying their bills that month, and maybe you have just made a lot of extra and you're able to give without expecting it back in return. There are a lot of different options. Alrighty, August. 5 of Swords. Back to our swords. With this 5 of Swords, we are warned about getting in our own way. We're warned about saying too much or overthinking things. So remember, maybe with your Wheel of Fortune, if you've struck gold, you don't have to tell everybody. Be careful about who you're telling your positive news to. That's not to say don't tell anyone. You can tell your trusted circle, but this is saying be discerning, put your judge hat on, and be discerning about who it is that you're sharing with and why. Why are you sharing with this person? Are they going to have your best interest in mind? Are they going to be happy for you? Or are they going to be jealous? Are they going to try to bring you down? Are they going to try to steal some of what's yours? Did you win the actual lottery and they want to cut? Right? So, that being said, don't overthink it. You know, you can tap into your intuition. Spending enough time by yourself will give you those answers internally. So just beware of getting in your own way. Maybe it's that you're trying to figure out how to spend all the money, or maybe it's that you're trying to figure out when to move into this new house, or maybe it's that you're trying to figure out when to launch your new product. It could be things like that too. But don't let those concerns get in the way of actually moving forward with what's next, because you still have your fortune. So don't get in your own way. Don't talk too much. September. Oh, we have another major arcana card, the Magician. This is fantastic. The Magician. So the Magician is the first person, the first archetype. This is the second card in the major arcana. The first card is the Fool. And it is said that in the major arcana, you're going through the Fool's journey. The Magician is the first person that the Fool meets on the journey. And so it's really nice because the Fool ends up acquiring all of the tools that they need for the rest of the journey. And the Magician is able to turn seemingly impossible situations into something really magical and incredible. So I ask, are you the Magician this month in September 2026? If you feel that for whatever reason you can't be the Magician, which I don't think is true, I think everyone here can be, but if for whatever reason you feel like you can't be the Magician, who can you find in your life that can serve this role, especially in September 2026? So maybe you're missing some of your tools. Maybe you forgot how to just be. You can, and maybe you forgot who you really are. I don't think that's the case, but for some of you it will be. So who can you lean on? And who can you go to? Someone who always seems to have it figured out, and someone who does have your best interest in mind, someone who's always sharing. Maybe someone got into real estate investing. I don't know why that came up, it just did. Maybe you have a friend that got into real estate investing, and that's not something that you know how to do, but it's really worked out for them, and you can talk to them and they can give you tools to help get you started. Something like that, or a different type of investing. Everybody should be investing. Next, October. 9 of Wands. This is special. 9 of Wands. We're moving towards something. We're moving towards a goal, and it takes time to get there. But we are getting there, and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We can see it. And your goals and ambitions are not just tangible, physical things in this life, monetary gain. Your goals are also spiritual in nature. So this card is reminding us to stay in line with your divine connection, so your connection to the universe, God, spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, and keep that connection, sustain that connection as you continue to advance. That's very important. So if you have stepped away from spiritual practices such as meditation, yoga, tarot readings, prior to this moment, in October, this is asking you to come back and tap back into that. November. 10 of Wands. So we went directly just now from October with 9 of Wands to November, 10 of Wands. That's an immediate jump. So this time is not going to last long. You need to really dive in and remember your divine connection, your connection with the divine, because this is critical for where you're going next. And maintain that connection. 10 of Wands can be a lot of extra burden, a lot of extra disruption. So if you're feeling like you just have too much on your plate right now, or in November, that's where this energy is. So you need to be discerning here. Back to our judge archetype. Where are you carrying the burdens of other people when you could just let them go and those people can carry their own burdens? I want you to really ask yourself that question. Where are you carrying the burdens of other people when you can let those go and let them carry their own burdens? Because you need to be focused on you in order to be able to ascend to your next level. You gotta level up. And you can't carry on everyone else's stuff while you're doing that. Okay? December. Mother of Pentacles. So here in March, we had Daughter of Pentacles, and in December, we've got Mother of Pentacles. So we've advanced. We've grown up. There's a lot of rapid growth in this year. I can see it. With all of these wands and all of these swords, there's a lot of rapid growth happening super fast. So with this Mother of Pentacles, you're now in a position where you're able to help others. And yes, we said that earlier with our Wheel of Fortune and the Magician, but it's true again. So this is another reminder that you're able to give from a place of wealth. So maybe you have extra time. Maybe you lost your job and you have nothing but time. You can give time, and you never know what connections are going to come away from you giving your time. You never know that if you are volunteering somewhere, who you're gonna meet. I've been volunteering many times and had actual job offers just from a day of volunteering or a few hours of volunteering. It's wild. It happens. So remember also that where you're putting your money and your time and other resources is what you're nurturing. So if you are putting money and time into drinking alcohol or consuming substances, those are the parts of you that you're nurturing, and those are activities that you're nurturing. And I would just ask you to think about whether or not those are the areas that need the most focus in your life, and if that's really helping you. Some of you are still struggling with letting go of substance use, and I understand that's largely in part to how society demands so much of us, and so it feels like a sense of reprieve, but it can really be inhibiting. So remember, if you are your own judge, where are you willing to put your time and your energy and your resources and your money and any other resource? Okay? You're now in a position with that Mother of Pentacles to make different choices, and there are people that are starting to look up to you. So maybe you have younger siblings or other family members that look up to you a lot. You could have kids and they're starting to learn and look up to you. You could have other people, maybe junior level employees at work that are looking up to you. How can you be the best role model for all of them in this year? And that's really what December is coming down to. There's a lot, in general, there's a lot of more nurturance and compassion and loving, soft energies this year. But there are some moments that are a little rougher or a little more direct, a little more logical. I will pull one more card for the year, one more tarot card for the year, to bring this all together. And just as I said that, we have the Father of Cups. Father of Cups. So Father of Cups is really beautiful because this is an emotionally stable masculine energy. So this could be a literal father. This could be a father figure. Maybe you have a neighbor, an older man that's a neighbor that is more of like a father figure to you. Or maybe there's someone in the workplace that's always taking care of everyone. There's with this card, there's this sense of stability and no nonsense, but led with such compassion and nurturing, and being so emotionally secure. And this is really nice. So this is kind of tying together everything that we're seeing here, where we're leading with compassion, even in moments of difficulty. And I think that just fits in perfectly with making this whole year round out in 2026. I've got one more card for us, and this is going to be a spirit animal card. There are a lot of animals in this deck as well, but we're going to draw one spirit animal card, and this is going to be our guiding animal throughout the year. So when you might see this animal, this might be an animal that comes up for you a lot already. And so it's really just doubling, tripling down on that animal and feeling into the power of that animal. But it also could be a new animal for you. And so therefore this would be an invitation to see what this animal has for you, has to say to you. And you can call on this animal throughout the year if you're feeling uneasy, anxious, upset, in moments of, anger. At any time you can call in this animal. Looks like we're getting two animals. We've got dragonfly and tarantula. Dragonfly and tarantula. I'm actually going to use the guide for this one as well, because I like the unexpected descriptions that some of these animals have in this guide. Dragonfly. Master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in all. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still? Dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. Remember I said that earlier? The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, it represents seeing clearly, joyful, and magical. When out of balance, it can't concentrate, it has a busy mind. And to bring into balance, focus on the breath. So if you haven't already, you can go back and listen to my intro video, which does include a surprise breathwork exercise towards the end. Tarantula. At a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention in order to find true happiness. You must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, it follows intuition. When out of balance, it hesitates and over-intellectualizes. To bring into balance, daily journaling. Thank you all so much. That is the end of our 2026 year ahead reading. Please let me know what you think down in the comments, no matter when you find this video, and I look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Thank you so much. Bye.